This is the piece of wood that Lise brought here this morning. It was in her garden. It's yew. And this part was under the ground and this part was above the ground. So there's a lot of sand in it. I'm not particularly happy with it.
Sorry.
But let's do it for Lise. That's what we're going to do in a minute. First, this is going to be the first video without my workshop dog, Beau. Beau has sadly passed away. September 22. Beau should be there, but she isn't. Beau was the only dog with a driving license. She could ride a forklift. She was always in the way. Beau, ja, kom maar. And she's gonna be sadly missed. Onto this piece of wood. Thank you, Lise. What to do with it? The sand over here, of course, is it's terrible. It will dull your gouges in just a split second. So normally I would throw it at the fireplace, I think.
No!
But the wood is yew. And I love yew. Because it's, yeah, funny Lise. Because it's got a very, there's a piece of yew actually here. And it's got a lovely pattern in the color. The orange, red center of the wood and the white soft wood makes a pretty nice contrast. But we're not going to do this piece. We're going to do this piece. Thanks again, Lise. First, let's cut off some of these branches here, because I want to make a nice video and not get hurt. Let's do that first.
Sorry!
This is my bandsaw. It's an old one, and the bandsaw itself has got very rough teeth. There's only 2 teeth on an inch. Of course, because I do most of the time I cut wet wood with it. So any furniture maker will immediately say that I abuse my bandsaw. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, that's nice. Here you see all the branches that came out of this trunk. The difference in color, it stays when the wood dries, and you can have a perfect cleanse on this. I think it's going to be a lovely piece.
Yay!
I am going to try to do is make a shape that is a bit wider over here and a bit smaller over here. It's going to stand like this, and it's going to be a hollow form. And the hole is in here. I will try to keep a little bit of the bark on the wood around the hole. But I'm not sure if it's going to work out all. So I'll take this and put it between centers. And let's do that over paw. And I think the hole must be somewhere here. There's a little piece I will get off here.
Yeehaw! So why did you do that?
Because it was very much out of balance.
Yeah.
And the chainsaw is faster than my gouge. Okay, well, let's see what happens. I will put on my face shield, because otherwise I probably get half of your garden in my face. You can already see what the maximum shape is going to be. Well, I don't know if you can, but I can see where there's wood all over and where there's wood and air. So what's so funny?
The sound. I think you think it's a terrible sound.
As you can see now, I've cut the wood on one side and completely not on this side. So if I make the biggest piece out of this little trunk, I have to move my drive center a little bit. In a way, bit more to that side, so I'm not cutting here and more cutting on this side. We're getting somewhere. I'm doing this now with my roughing gouge, my spindle roughing gouge. But well, here this is long grain, and here the grain goes everywhere. So I might just as well use my bowl gouge to do this. Gonna make it a bit smaller here. I have made my rough shape now. I make it a bit shorter so that this part here, the interesting part, will get all the attention. Next thing to do is make a foot and hollow it. This is going to be the shape that I will be working on, but first I have to put it in a chuck. So let's make a little foot, a little tenon here. I'm always whining about my tenons. I want them to fit perfectly. And now it has got the perfect diameter to fit my dovetail jaws. So let's take this piece out of because we're videoing it, I will use a saw to get the piece out. It's got a good snug fit, so I can refine the shape and start the hollowing. Good. I'm gonna drill a little hole. It's all different kind of colored woods that come outside. There's the hole, and that's where I start hollowing it. It's not particularly an easy thing to hollow because of if I hollow, there is going to be a big hole here. So there will be some noise coming from the gouges because we're cutting air there in a minute. Here there was a lot of dirt and sand and maybe little stones, so I like to use these carbide cutters to start with. It's very tough steel and it will wear very long. Because I'm hollowing, I want to stand more. You can hear the sand. Ah, it's terrible. And let's also put a little light in here. It's a nice pattern, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Okay, let's see what we got. I'm getting a bit too aggressive, I think. This is way too aggressive, so I'm moving this forward and then closing it so that that the tool becomes less aggressive. This is, by the way, the Rolly Munro Mega tool. Is a little rich. Take that out. One more pass. I'm going to leave it like that. It's got a pretty even wall thickness. I have to make a finishing cut here, so it's going to be a little bit thinner. You can hear the wood easily moving already. So it might just be me destroying the piece, or maybe I can't get a good surface on it, and then we'll change to the sanding paper. But let's try it with a nice finishing cut first. The other way. Lise now is with her camera between my gouge and my face.
Sorry.
so I can put an oil or a wax or anything on it. I think it's going to be oil. I want to make a very gentle scraping cut on the inside because there's a little bit too much richness over there. One more pass. Famous last words. One more, please. Okay, let's leave it like this and do a little bit of sanding. I'm more an outside sander than an inside sander, but and actually when I make funeral urns, for instance, I like to paint the inside black because all the light gets sucked in and nobody can see if I've turned properly on the inside. But here, well, there's lots of beautiful wood and there's very much room left for wood turners to put their fingers in and feel if I have made the right cuts. So let's better be safe than sorry and let's just do some sanding. We'll leave it like that. Let's put some oil on it. Let's have a piece of scrap wood, because I don't want to drip on the robust, of course. Here's some tung oil. Start with the most beautiful piece of the wood. Put some oil on it. It's tung oil, and it will really bring out the beauty of the wood. Look at that. Normally I leave the oil to penetrate in the wood for 10, 15, 20 minutes, depending on the circumstances. But what is really important when you put on a coat of oil is that you wipe off the oil that hasn't penetrated the wood. Let's wipe off the oil. And look who entered the workshop. Beau was always with me in the workshop the whole day through, and Kees actually never was in the workshop. Sometimes I had called her in to make a picture and then she was out immediately. And now she's just laying down on the ground as if she belongs here. Well, you do. That's fun. Good. What we have to do now is take the foot off, take the tenon off. And if I would take the tenon off, I would take it off here. No foot on this thing. So this is my hollow form reverse jig. It's got a Morse taper 2 on here where I put it in the headstock. It's a solid piece of steel. Put my hollow form on it in reverse. That's why it's called the reverse jig. Ha 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 ha. Here's a parting tool. So that's it. The first video without Beau is done. I made it to 1,000 subscribers, which I'm very proud of. And the day after that, Beau died. So it's just a bit weird, but I'm proud of these 1,000 subscribers, of course. Thank you all very much. And if you have ideas, if you want to see anything for next videos, just write it underneath here and we'll look after it. Grinding and sharpening your tools is the question I often get, so that is what we are going to do for sure. But if you have any other ideas, well, just let me know and well, we'll see what happens. See you next time.